One musician, one moment, one message, 1 million tickets. There's no disputing the crown, since no rapper in history, not even Drake, has ever accomplished what Kendrick Lamar just did. He didn't simply sell out a performance. He was more than just a chart topper. He completely upended the establishment and turned the live music business upside down. In less than 72 hours, 800,000 tickets were sold. The Grand National Tour by Kendrick Lamar didn't simply outsell everyone from London to Berlin, Paris to Cape Town. The streets are shouting it out because it outshone them. Who is Drake? In Europe, the boy was unable to sell even half. Kendrick did numbers Beyoncé had to hustle for. Even Billboard called it a generational aberration. Fans are rushing to make excuses in the meantime. Bloggers are going back. Additionally, the industry is posing the query that up until now, no one has dared to ask aloud. Is the true hip-hop king Kendrick Lamar? And is Drake losing his hold permanently? Well, we're taking everything apart. Twitter leaks, celebrity responses, the numbers behind the scenes, and Team Ooh's silent panic. Since Kendrick Lamar didn't decide to break records one morning, let's go back in time. This has been simmering for years. No, like an arc of slow-cooked retribution encased in stillness and poetry. As everyone is aware, Kendrick and Drake have been dancing together for more than 10 years. Drake, however, played the long game even while he continued to be in the spotlight by dropping, charting, and having features with whoever's hot. Kendrick, he disappeared. He did some studying, he changed. Then he returned with a mission. First, with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and now with the Grand National Tour. Not for fame, not for dancing on TikTok, but for legacy. Her Grief CLB and an entire catalog of songs that felt more like vibes than vision were all being built up by Drake in the meanwhile. Certainly, the industry, the fans, and the reviewers took notice. Kendrick had the momentum, but Drake had the world. Fast forward to when Kendrick's massive national tour was first announced. Like an earthquake, it struck. One black and white post with a date and a quote, no promo, no leaks. The entire planet is a stage. Let's turn up the volume. In just 5 hours, the post received almost 2 million likes. However, no one anticipated the impending tsunami. Ticketing platforms froze within 24 hours. Fans said they waited in virtual queues for more than 6 hours. Over 180,000 people lined up for some performances at locations that could barely accommodate 35,000 people. And when the last figures fell, before the merch or streaming hike, 800,000 tickets sold in less than 72 hours with an average price of $210 per seat, generating over $168 million in gross sales. Now stop and consider if Drake has ever done that. Everything is a haze, not even throughout his game. He came close to these figures when he ran with 21 Savage. Yes, he sells out. KDot's trend. Yes. However, Kendrick just demonstrated global dominance. The contrast, however, was what made it more powerful. Kendrick was making headlines around the world at the same moment. Drake came under fire for his last-minute venue downgrading and poor UK sales. Keep in mind the headlines. Drake softly canned on Wembley Night 2. O2 ticket delays infuriated fans. Is Drake becoming less popular abroad? It was nearly flawless. Kendrick getting up, Drake falters. Additionally, Kendrick's squad did something extremely deliberate, so don't assume they didn't quietly savor the occasion. They published a behind-the-scenes rehearsal clip of Kendrick walking into an empty. Then, in a whisper, let's remind them who writes the blueprint. Boom! One of those clips went viral. It was reposted by Rihanna. The creator, Tyler, left a comment on that section. The worldwide editorial staff at Spotify even reposted it with emoji. As the internet criticized Drake for his drab set selections and rehashed graphics, he was busy subweeding and posting pictures from Turks and cows. showing off his iced-out chains and expensive sneakers. Drake is still Drake, to be clear. He's not leaving. Sad, but the current difference. People are wondering about his effect, growth, and emphasis. Kendrick as well. He is demonstrating not only his relevance, but also his necessity. And keep in mind that this tour is only the start. Insiders in the industry are already speculating about a surprise. Midway through the tour, the album was released, and a Netflix documentary is reportedly currently in post-production. Did we also disclose that Kendrick declined Coachella? He desired attention. K got it in Arena. This isn't competition anymore. It's a takeover. Hold on, though, for what followed turned this victory from legendary to startling. The headlines were brilliant. The figures were official. Kendrick Lamar was declared the uncontested ticket king by the Globe. However, Drake's camp was in a frenzy behind the scenes, and baby, the mask slipped fast. Let's begin. Fans began to notice something odd. While Kendrick's grand national tour was taking up all the limelight, Drake's own group fell silent. No shade tweets, no nasty captions, no cryptic Instagram tales, just silence. Additionally, quiet speaks louder than a diss track, if you know Drake. Then followed the leak that was reported all over the world. DMED. A popular gossip website claims that Jay, a former assistant from Drake's OVO sound crew, broke them even though they knew Kendrick was going to sell. Drake dropped his cell phone. Since Sunday, it has been calling for a complete rebrand. Wait, what? The blogs went viral. Drake going into meltdown mode. The OOT team is rushing to win the Kendrick ticket. Why is the Drake team removing outdated content? Because by the middle of the week, they were removing anything related to that. The removal of multiple tour pages from Drake's website was observed by fans. Additionally, 2 fan merchandise designs inexplicably vanished from the OVO store. A Reddit user shared a screenshot of an email that was inadvertently forwarded to them rather than an internal team. The subject? What's next? Reclaiming the story. Oh no. Fans began to delve further into Drake's website's code, and one user discovered a hidden subpage called The Last Laugh that contained only a distorted audio sample. He may have sold more, but we know why, someone whispered. Drake is very likely the voice. What did he mean, though? Fans started speculating more quickly than a Vegas club DJ. Is he going to reveal Kendrick? Was that a preview of the display? Kendrick had manipulated his numbers. And his fans were battling in the comments. Kendrick's crew, they pounced. A verified producer, this boom was posted on boards by someone close to Kendrick. Drake was always at the top of the charts. The stage was built by Kendrick. Legacy and streams are not the same thing. Boom. After a complete internet meltdown, the shocking turn of events occurred. Do you recall that 800,000 tickets were sold for Kendrick's tour? An unnamed Live Nation staffer claims that Kendrick didn't even intend to reveal every date at once. It seems that only the first phase of the tour was planned. However, the back-end tech team was told to covertly release Phase 2 without making any public announcements. Once they seen how quickly it sold, and even now, they sold out in a matter of minutes in 3 cities where Drake has never really penetrated: Johannesburg, Tokyo, and São Paulo. Therefore, Kendrick's victory over Drake in North America and Europe wasn't the only one. Globally, Kendrick was outperforming him. Take a moment to process that. The singer, who formerly referred to himself as the international pop star of rap, was just outperformed by the man who was either too lyrical or too niche. The fans dragged Drake brutally. Drake's apology reels and Kendrick's Globe tours. You? Guys were actually making fun of pimping a butterfly. Look, Drake composed songs for playlists. Legends have heard Kendrick's songs. Fans have now turned it when Drake remarked, "They're screaming out my failures." Kendrick simply yells, "Control." Kendrick doesn't have to yell. The numbers scream for him. And once Kendrick's dominance began to spark, let's not pretend that Nicki was not also affected by this. Industry discussions about the status quo, the next big thing, and what true impact looks like. According to Variety, a key ROC Nation executive stated off the record, "Drake and Nicki have always been top-tier artists, but Kendrick is a movement, as seen by the ticket sales figures. Even streaming services became dubious." Apple Music shared a promotional graphic. Observe excellence, the huge national tour of Kendrick Lamar. Spotify updated its playlists as well. Legends at work with Nas, Jay-Z, and Kendrick. However, can you guess who was missing? Drizzy? Additionally, the fans saw that one tweet received over 28,000 likes. Place after a chess match. That sounds like something a loser would remark. You created an empire. Kendrick left a legacy behind. Express your concern without actually expressing it to us, and just when we believed that was the high point. A leaked audio clip purportedly showed Drake ranting about Kendrick's success over the phone with a close friend. Now let them cheer. When the music stops, they'll return. With these cognizant sorts, that's what constantly occurs. Hold on a second. Was Kendrick's run only temporary? Did he just claim that everything was a phase? Drake was completely mistaken. If he believed this statement would go unheard, since what transpired next escalated the conflict to a full-scale conflict. The instant the audio from that phone call was revealed, the whole internet went crazy. Drake refers to Kendrick as a conscientious type who only experiences fleeting fame. It was more than just shady. That was a new level of rudeness. And though admirers of Kendrick, it was unacceptable to them. In a matter of hours, fan producers stole Drake's remarks from the audio tape and turned them into a diss beat. Temporary hype, created by the Not Toddle Like Us producer, became popular on TikTok. Drake's own lines were looped over Kendrick's Not Like Us and an 88 heavy instrumental in the song. The background is overlaid with ad-libs. It was blatantly disrespectful. I'll let them cheer. ... They have left. Cheer forever. When the music stops, they'll return. ... This flood never ends, boy. It exploded. 3 a day with 7 million plays. The hashtag temporary hype tour followed. Making fun of Drake's It's All a Blur, branding, and previous performances. However, Baby Kendrick wasn't finished because Cree sent a mysterious Instagram message that stopped the industry in its tracks while everyone else was remixing. A square of black renaissance in a nutshell. The remarks went crazy. What is he preparing? Is this a teaser for the album? He's going to say something that will cause the timeline to change. He bided his time till Drake opened his mouth. He's going to end him now. Insider websites quickly asserted that this was Kendrick's subtly confirming what had previously only been hinted at. There would soon be a surprise Grand National Tour live album. Not just any live album, though. ... One that was recorded on 3 continents and combined studio, orchestra, and crowd audio voices merged into a single piece. The real kind of renaissance. After that, there was a claim from DJ Booth's private Discord server that Kendrick's was going to do something that no other rapper had ever done. Unreleased verses from the Europe portion of the tour should be included in a live concept CD and visual feature. A what? Unreleased versus a tour film. The old Kendrick line from Untitled 07 began to be quoted like a premonition. Last night, I decided that I would die for it, since they were in DEFCON 1 status. Let's go back to Drake's camp. Ad insiders began leaking panicked communications from OVO management teams at this point. ALLEGDLY is advising venue partners to postpone merch activations and planned promotional initiatives. The subject line of one leak even read, "Wait for 40, no sudden moves." Who is 40? The man behind the OVO sound is Drake's longtime producer his right hand. Guess what though? 40 had also fallen silent. Fans were skeptical since there were no tweets, stories, or even a post wishing Drake a happy birthday. Was there a decline in internal beef? Drake was cautioned by 40 not to openly react to Kendrick's tour success. Discussions erupted on Twitter. Drake is afraid to fall. The cultural moment was stolen by Kendrick. As PG Long governs the globe, OVO is on silent. It's like a warning shot. 40s is avoiding Drake. Amidst all of that, Bet posted a tweet that fundamentally altered the story, a tribute to a living legend. And the international stage he recently dominated in a teaser for the 2019 Hip Hop Awards. Who do you think was in the silhouette? Kendrick. The caption: "The artist who didn't follow the trend is honored this year. He made it. You, before it ever began, it was over." Truly blow the internet up. A well-known rap analyst then posted a canceled OVO marketing plan that was purportedly created in case Kendrick's tour didn't work out. Quantity versus quality. The true story behind touring numbers is the marketing. Title: "They were prepared to fabricate the story." They would make a mistake, so they were frozen when he did the exact opposite. And do you recall temporary hype? The remix, new hip-hop wave, an editorial playlist on Spotify, and SoundCloud's trending charts both featured it. People were picking sides. Rappers were also contributing. J. Cole used a train emoji to publish a suspicious laughing emoji. Watching M sweat from the balcony seat? Paid full price for Kendrick BTW. TDE's Top Dog also posted a rare tweet shortly after Kendrick's mysterious message. Then the bomb dropped. "This is what happens when you rap for the art, not the algorithm." When Kendrick finished his performance in Dublin, he deviated from the script and turned to face the audience. He put the music on hold. It's Kendrick's vocals and a spotlight, no lights, no beats. Have any of you ever been undervalued? Crowd, let's toast. Have any of you ever been told the truth? Have a date of expiration, or cheers from the crowd. Don't let this tour, this movement, or this legacy fade away. Mic drop backstage. As if it were a Grammy speech, Schoolboy Q, Keem, and even J-Rock were observed applauding. The change was palpable. Ticket sales were no longer the only factor. In this, who controls the future of rap was at issue here. This was legacy versus popularity, culture versus commerce. And it was Kendrick's turn to take charge. Don't get too comfortable though, because fresh private video that is coming from inside the OVO circle may reveal an even greater treachery. One that Drake didn't anticipate it. The streets weren't quiet. Let's just say that. Social media exploded. After Kendrick's mic drop in Dublin went viral. And by meltdown, we mean bloggers backing off, TikTokers wailing, and even Drake standing there jumping ship like rats off a drowning yacht. Trending hashtags, #Kendrick 800K Notampori #Grand National Goat. Drake in trouble #KD killed co ACHHELLAY. Single quotes, it was a digital funeral out here. People were uploading memes of Drake in a lifeboat with the caption, "Meanwhile, Kendrick sailing the Titanic straight to Pluto." And fans were not pulling ing punches at their Elaine posted a video with 2.3 meters views. In every barber hop argument, I used to stand up for Drake, but with what Kendrick just did, I feel like I've been duped as well. SCA herself reposted a reaction that was posted by Thequinity. According to you, Kendrick Renaissance completely upended the rap industry. While they are still working out Candyland, this man is playing chess. Wait though, and then it arrived. The famous people. Under Kendrick's rehearsal video, C left a remark. "Is the manifestation of passion? You all forgot. You all remember now." The creator, Tyler, went live on Instagram while carrying a framed picture of Kendrick and declared that he was no longer even rapping. "We're all going to church while he preaches." Then came the media frenzy. Lil Baby, Drake's recent friend, even liked a tweet that read, Kendrick is giving the kind of pressure we needed back in 2018. Another post claimed that Drake been too comfortable. Kendrick just walked into the room and turned the AC off. Headline from Rolling Stone: there is more to Kendrick Lamar's tour than just his historic billboard. 800,000 tickets were sold, and hip-hop simply changed direction. Global demand was transformed into a cultural reset by Complex Kendrick. Jay-Z joins the conversation just when we thought it couldn't get much better. Yes, Hav. In a unique tactic. He used just 3 words to repost Kendrick's Bet silhouette promo on his Instagram story. Legitimate air in a nutshell. Since co-signing Jay-Z has never supported an artist with so much sway. He never used a term so strong even then. Twitter almost crashed. Someone check on Drake. Jay called Kendrick on the air. Hoff simply ignited the incense as Kendrick took the throne. Then Noah, 40 Shab Drake's longtime producer, posted a now-deleted tweet. He then logged out after it remarked, "You can't compete with conviction, especially when you traded yours for streams." Even those who are devoted to Drake began to doubt everything, you know? There was a poll in the Shade Room, who is currently in charge of hip-hop. Twitter was in ruins, with Kendrick 84%, Drake 13%, and the remaining 3% in ruins. Fans were furious with Amani Goth's posts, and Instagram was overflowing with edits of Kendrick standing on a stack of platinum records as Drake held a dog and a microphone. Kendrick provided us a reason to believe in hip-hop once more, while Drake brought us wonderful times. At number 9, even Janix Drake's infamous online ride Watt on live stream and said, "Look, I'm Team Drake, but this Kendrick got us all shook. This man ain't playing no more." People began referring to Kendrick as the people's champion. Jess Queen tweeted, "Drake somewhere writing about heartbreak, while Kendrick out here breaking historical records." And to really put the nail in the coffin, Spotify quietly updated their Rap Caviar playlist. A Kendrick had 5 songs in the top 10, Drake just 1. They referred to him as the North Star of hip-hop. This tour was described as his take on Michael Jackson's Bad Tour. After that, the official Grand National Tour merchandise drop sold out in just 6 hours. Poetic Pressure Gone was printed on a hoodie. A limited edition vinyl set featuring the encore tracks from each city. Lost, the most outrageous aspect is that a European fan allegedly sold his Paris Kendrick ticket for $1,500 USD, and someone purchased it. Now what? Is Drake's career truly over? At last, Kendrick made a permanent and public claim to the title. Or is Drake behind the scenes? Are you planning something sinister? According to rumors, Drake has an unreleased song in the vault that was purportedly recorded immediately following the Dublin performance. A mystery leak turned the game upside down just when we believed Kendrick had the throne locked, chained, and sealed. Suddenly, an unreleased straight track called Last Laugh appears online. People initially believed it to be a deepfake, a sappy, or another troll remix. But Oo's inner circle later verified it was authentic. Additionally, Apple wasn't the source of the decline. It didn't originate with Spotify. Came from somewhere other than SoundCloud. He waited long enough. Watched the throne and y'all the bars. When it was posted anonymously in a secret telegram, Group Drake didn't simply clap back. He set bridges on fire. During Kendrick's whole tour, he delivered his message and even made fun of the conscious rap fans, accusing them of being Bible-quoting blog dudes with festival tans and thrifted outfits. What? The wildest part isn't even that. He learned how to headline from Drake's lines. He wants to shine now, but I've been cooking all summer. He even imitated Kendrick's voice on the song while practicing his punchlines, adding a chorus that uncannily resembled Not Like Us, but went upside down. Before I grew up, I rapped like a prophet, just like him. Become wealthy and ceased making foolish remarks. Additionally, there is a clip of audio from a Bet interview that was purportedly taken in Kendrick's early days, in which he commends Drake's mentoring right in the middle of the song. According to insiders, Drake kept that film for years in anticipation of the time when he could use it as leverage. And he did, darling. Was the track polished? Before you ask. Indeed, was it prepared for widespread adoption? Of course. Did Drake, however, release it himself? Not at all. The plot gets more complicated at that point. According to people close to Kendrick's team, the leak was not an accident. It was deliberate. Sabotage. A bogus Spotify site under the name the Real OVO Insider cropped up minutes later, tagging a ghost account with just one post. He replied, "Wait, hold up. Are y'all hearing this? That means Kendrick already has a disc recorded in response to a disc that hasn't even officially dropped yet, to a fuzzy photo of him in a recording booth with the comment, he heard it already, just hours after the release." However, one last surprise left us all speechless. Kendrick's verified fan page shares this. He ought to have sought for assistance if he required it to complete his verse. The dude, rake, the Rakim. Kendrick genuinely sacrificed his earnings. Show respect. These days, he posts subliminals. This is either the largest chessboard in rap since Nas versus Jay-Z, or Kendrick has all the pieces in his corner. And there's more, darling. A message that was released from a Dubai event planner claims that Kendrick and Reich have both been booked to perform a surprise set at the hip-hop festival in Abu Dhabi in just 2 weeks. Guess who else was supposed to be the headliner at first? This isn't just about albums and tours anymore. Dr. AQHWWW reputation is at issue here. This has to do with legacy. In the largest rap feud of the decade, this is about who gets the final say. So, what are our next steps? Should we start a fight now or wait for Drake to formally release Last Laugh? Shall we wait for Kendrick's enigmatic Renaissance release? Or do we allow the actual Does a Goat Make Abu Dhabi its home? Because this drama is definitely not over. Very nearly. Whoosh, are you even listening if your jaw isn't on the ground by now? Hey everyone, we've just seen history. 800,000 tickets were sold by Kendrick Lamar as if it were little. Drake just added fuel to the flames with his final chuckle leak. And now that Rake has entered the fray, it's not just rap. It's a lyrical battle for the supremacy of hip-hop. We must now ask the question of what is causing the internet to turn on fire. In 2025, who will be the true hip-hop king, Drake or Kendrick? Leave your choice in the space provided here. Do you still ride with October's Own, or are you a member of the Grand National team? Additionally, don't be cautious. The wild takes the bar for bar breakdowns is what we want to. Here, Kendrick's 82 was the actual T. Alright, the last nail in the coffin is the ticket flex. Or did Drake just demonstrate his continued dominance with a pen? And tell us, did Rackham's participation just alter the rules of the game? Because we may be witnessing a new gold standard if he appears beside Kendrick in Abu Dhabi in rap. Before you leave, we have learned that a very secret Kendrick video was filmed in Berlin 2 nights ago. The footage was so mysterious that the camera team was forced to sign non-disclosure agreements right away. Is it an album surprise, a CD, or a documentary? We'll be right here dissecting every frame, every song, and every sign when it drops. But only time will tell. To ensure you don't miss a single leak, twist, or GOAT discussion, feel free to hit the bell, hit the like button, and subscribe for more hip-hop pandemonium. It's not over yet. It's only the beginning. Hashtag Last Drake. Hashtag Rap Beef 225 hash Kendrick V's. Drake hash 800K Flex hashtag Hip Hop Goat hash KDot wins hash KDot wins hash Grand National Tour.